After 70 days of riding south from the top of Alaska, I arrived in Prince Rupert, British Columbia. Along the way, so many locals told me that I had to visit Haida Gwaii, a remote archipelago just a 7-hour ferry ride away. Before this trip, I'd barely even heard of it, but with so many strong recommendations, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to see it for myself. Hi, I'm Benjamin, and I'm cycling across the Americas. This is what I found on the edge of the world. The adventure begins at the Prince Rupert Ferry Terminal, from where I can take the boat over to the islands. Got my tickets for the ferry, now we just wait for it to go. It'll be in about 2 hours. And hopefully in that time, my tent will dry. I set up the tent, where is it? Yeah, just laying the tent out in the sun there. It was soaking wet this morning. Hopefully it's dry by the time I get on this boat. Fantastic, thank you. All right, we just got on the ferry. Let's see what this place looks like. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be about 7 hours ferry ride. Looks pretty comfortable though. We're just gonna chill, maybe get some video editing done, get some work done. And then, yeah, see what it's all about in Haida Gwaii. I just got off the ferry in Haida Gwaii, and about 3 seconds later, I found my first deer. There's supposed to be a ton of them out here. The ferry arrived in the early evening, so I planned for a short, relaxing ride to the free Kagan Bay campground. This is the roads I want to be riding, man. These back dirt gravel roads through the forest. This is incredible back here. Super glad to be on this and not on that busy highway like I've been the past few days. This is awesome. Right off the bat, we have a 10 out of 10 campsite. Haida Gwaii is incredible. These forests are amazing. The way you just see like fallen trees that are bigger than anything you've ever seen, and you have trees growing out of the fallen trees and just taking over the forest. It's so cool. And now I'm here on this bay, completely to myself. There's nobody else in this campground. And these are the views that we're working with. So I just came up the steepest hill of the whole trip so far. It wasn't very big, but it was very steep. But that's not even the notoriously steep section of this road that we're gonna get to in a little bit. But to be honest, it's so worth it because these forests are just so beautiful. I've never seen anything like it in my life. For my first full day of riding on Haida Gwaii, I set my sights on the remote gravel logging roads. The plan was to follow them down to Rennell Sound, where I had heard that the most beautiful campgrounds are located. There's only one road in and out of the sound, so I would have to backtrack a bit the following day. I'm having so much fun riding these forest roads, and if this is just a taste of what's to come, I'm super excited for the rest of this island. There's not many cars here, but when they go by, it is dusty. Jeez, I could feel the ground shaking when it passed. Man, those logging trucks are absolutely gigantic. They kick up so much dust. I'm still, oh my God, I'm getting that dust in my eyes. This kind of sucks. Oh my God, look ahead. It's just all dust. Holy shit. Oh, it's in my eyes. Yikes. We're getting a little mist right now, which is, it makes sense. We're in a rainforest technically, so we expect some rain. Hopefully it'll keep the dust down slightly. That would be nice. We're turning off in about 300 meters to go down the Rennell Sound Forest Service Road that will take us to, you guessed it, Rennell Sound. Should be a cool place to set up camp for the night. We've got a steep climb here, should take us up to about 340 meters. And then it's gonna come down so steep, it's gonna be ridiculous. Coming up tomorrow is gonna suck. But I mean, this is so worth it, dude. We're at a pretty steep section. So we are definitely looking at push mode for a while. Holy shit, this is steep. And the other side is apparently steeper. This is gonna be fun in the morning. Definitely getting some nice views up here now. This is cool. So I just came up this side here. That was about 14%. And look at coming down. That's like a cliff. It was a steep and slippery ride down, but the views at the end made the effort worth it. Yeah, this is gonna do for now. Really nice. There's actually a toilet there too. A couple picnic tables. We're gonna cook some dinner, set up the tent, and get some rest because we got a doozy tomorrow with that big climb. So we're gonna take it easy, probably not record too much more. We'll see you tomorrow. Having these beautiful remote campsites all to myself was incredible. Haida Gwaii is pretty far out of the way for most travelers, so even during the peak summer season, there are no crowds at all. We're looking at about a 25-kilometer backtrack here, going back the way over that rough road we went over. And worst of all, we're going back up over the 25% decline is now a 25% incline. Yeah, not looking forward to this, but good thing, thanks to the magic of movie editing, we can just teleport right to the top just in a snap. It's not, what? It only works for the viewer. You mean I have to do that thing by myself? I have to push my bike up 25%? God damn. Am I glad that's over with? Holy shit. It was basically take 5 steps, stop to catch my breath, force another 5 steps, catch the breath, and keep going. 25% slippery, loose gravel, wet, never again, never again. Here we are back at the road split for Rental Sound. This is the Queen Charlotte main line. That's the main logging road that we're gonna be following up to the north now. It's about 1 p.m. and we basically have gone 0 distance because this is where we were yesterday and when we took that split. Big out and back with steep hills, but I'm excited to get into new lands and see what Haida Gwaii has to offer. Little Bambi in the road. He's so cute. Look at the Bambi. It truly feels like this forest is unending, man. I've been cycling for hours. And it's still just as green as it was when I started. It's crazy. This northern section of the road is a lot quieter than it was before. I was getting passed by those big trucks earlier, and really this time I've gotten passed by one motorcycle tourist, and like, that's literally it. I'm just cycling through here completely alone, completely quiet, and it's just incredible, the views. All right, this is the worst thing that's happened so far. We've got this rack here, and this piece, it looks like the screw just came out, but actually, if you can really see it, the screw broke off in there. So this is what was left of the screw. The end of it just broke off, which is not good. I'm pretty sure this happened. My bike was leaning up against something as I was setting up camp, but I didn't lean it up very good and it fell down pretty hard, and I think that probably is what did it in. Because if it came out earlier, it would have just, like, the screws would have fallen out already. We're just gonna go to bed and figure this out later. So I've got some breakfast cooking over there. I think my plan for this, so I have this other screw here for the other side. It's slightly broken off, but it looks like it should be long enough that we might be able to just screw it in just enough to hold it together for now. So what we're gonna do, you can see this is screwed into the bottom, but I have 2 more eyelets up here. So this rack is adjustable on height, so we're gonna bring it to the lowest one. We're gonna move it up. I think we'll be able to hold it on just enough to get back to a bike shop. Our problem is that because the screw is too small now, the spacer doesn't fit. So this side is slightly loose. Like, it could move a little bit, but I think it's gonna be good enough for now. The fix seems to be holding up well for now. Should be good on the roads. If we're on bumpy gravel, maybe not as secure, but it seems pretty decent. Should hold us over at least while we're on Haida Gwaii. Deer, probably gonna jump away. They're just gonna look at me. Hello, bye. Found this little side path. Let's see what's back here. Well, we found this cool lake, but it's a bit cold to go for a swim, so I'm just gonna go back to the road and continue on my way. I had made it out of the Forest Service roads and was now making my way along the main road up towards Masset, a town of about 800 on the north of Haida Gwaii. We've made it to Masset. Yeah, it's still raining. It's been raining most of the day, and it looks like it's gonna keep raining into the evening. So we're gonna try to find somewhere dry and just probably chill for the rest of the day and wait for better weather that's coming up later. So yeah, let's find somewhere good to just hang out for a little bit. I set up my tent in a forest just outside of town to wait for clearer weather for the next day.
It's a beautiful sunny day here on Haida Gwaii. Kind of rare, I think, because it's a rainforest and I've been perpetually damp for the past few days, so it feels nice to be out in the sun. Busting out the sunglasses for the first time on the island, I think even. Wow. Such a nice day.
I had heard that there is a beach in Naikun Provincial Park in which you can ride on the sand during low tide. This opens up access to the northernmost point of the islands, and I heard that the views were some of the best around.
Starting to see the beach through the rainforest. All right, this is the beach. We are about, what, just over an hour from low tide. Supposedly this is gonna be okay. All right, we are riding on the beach. Here we go. We're trying to get to the northernmost point of Haida Gwaii. Don't know if you can see it, but the navigation says I'm in the ocean. We're just at low tide, that's all. This is cool. One of the coolest bike rides I've ever done. This is just awesome right now. I'm loving this. There's nobody around. The weather is perfect today. 60s, sunny, nice breeze coming off the ocean. Oh my God, you could not ask for anything more. It is 1:02 p.m., which means the tide is officially making its way in. I don't know how much time I have on this little section of beach, so we might be turning around. Okay, we are just gonna turn around here. There's a hike back there we're gonna do. The tide is definitely getting closer. I gotta get a move on. I stopped for a snack, but now I look over to the left. Shit, dude, this comes in fast. I gotta get out of here.
I was slightly disappointed that I didn't make it all the way to the end, but I was glad to not be stranded by the high tide. There's a little hike here that goes up to a nice viewpoint, so we're gonna go up there and see what we can see. After the hike, I returned to the beach to set up camp for the night.
We're gonna just set up on the beach here. There's nobody here, it's awesome. We have just the sound of the ocean to sleep to. This is pretty sweet. Why would I pay $18 for the campground that was crowded, like just up the road, when I could come here? Vehicles aren't allowed to camp on the beach, but bicycles and hikers can, so we're gonna just stay up here for tonight and enjoy the sunset, hopefully. There's some clouds that way, so I don't know. Let's set up and yeah, just enjoy the night.
After coming up to the north, it was time to turn south and begin the ride towards the ferry terminal and to return to the mainland. On the way up here, I took the logging roads on the west side of the island, so now I would ride the main road down the east side.
Today's a pretty backtracky day, to be honest. There's not many roads on Haida Gwaii, so we kind of have to go back the same way we came. Of course, the one day that was supposed to be sunny, we still get rain here on Haida Gwaii. I guess they call it a rainforest for a reason. Nothing to do but just ride through it. Hi there. Hello. I had seen this wharf from the distance a couple times, and I always kind of thought, oh, I should go down there, and then I never did. But this is the last time I'm passing by, so I figured I would regret it if I didn't. And this is pretty sweet out here. This road is just so straight. For like 20K, it's just straight across the island. It's flat enough that it works out though. There's not really any mountains. This is weird. Here's the Pisuta River Trail, which you can't see the river now, but there's a river here and then it goes and connects up to the beach later on. There's a shipwreck about 5 kilometers up that way on the beach. Let's check it out and see what we see. All right, as it turns out, this is not cyclable. There's stairs. Hopefully it's a pretty quick and easy walk. It said 5K, which is kind of long, but I think it's mostly gonna be on the beach. We just have to get around this, which is kind of annoying, because if I was on a bike, it would be way faster.
I've never tried this before. I met you. Here we go into the wildness unknown. You seem to shift what I thought that I knew.
I think that's the shipwreck in the far distance. Oh my gosh, this thing is massive. I did not realize how big this thing was gonna be. Well, that was pretty cool. Pretty long walk though, another 5K to get back to the bike. And then from there, I think we've got another 40K to Skidegate. So it's gonna be a long day, but I think we'll probably take the ferry over tonight, back to Prince Rupert. All right, we're back on the road. We're moving towards Skidegate. This is the St. Mary's Spring, and the legend goes that if you drink these waters, you will always want to return to the islands. Now here's my take on this. If you actually want to return to the islands, you'll drink the water anyways. So is it really that if you drink the waters, you want to return to the island, or are you drinking the water because you want to return to the island? So are you gonna drink the water is the question? I just drank it, so yep. That's my answer. Right after I drank from that spring, I turned around and I saw a rainbow. Is that some kind of sign? I don't know. But if it is, then I think I'm coming back here eventually. This place was awesome, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity to come out here. I wasn't sure that I was. It wasn't even on my radar to begin with, but things worked out, and I'm so glad I'm here.
Special thanks to Anna Suarez, Dara, Jack Doherty, Reed Ploss, and Vegan Van Voyage for supporting on Patreon. If you like the videos and want to see more frequent and higher quality uploads, consider supporting on Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Link in the video description. Thanks for watching.